watched football, yes, but they also watched the Duke Blue Devils feast on Arkansas. What a physical battle that was in the United Center between these two. Blue Devils came away with the win, 80-71. They were ice cold to start this game. I think they missed like 9 of their first 10 shots before Cam Boozer kind of stole the show the rest of the way. 35 points for the young man, 9 boards. First freshman in program history with multiple 35-point games. 10 minutes left in the game. Duke was down. They were down 7. Then they went on a 27-11 run to close it out. Boozer scored 14 of those 27. Lutulip, I'll come to you first on here. Do you think that Boozer kind of catapulted himself in front of everyone else that is up for Player of the Year right now with that performance and really what he's done since the start of the season?
I think so. I think you see his impact on winning, period. That's the first thing that stands out with Cam Boozer. I think, honestly, between the Texas game and the Kansas game and then this game, you were actually looking for him to be efficient in a game against a high major opponent. And my God, did he do that in this game. And I loved what John Shire has been able to do with him. That Texas game was a little bit unique. I thought they had him isolate a little bit more in that game than I think he was comfortable with. Texas really clogged gaps on him. And then they started to move him around a little bit more, get him on back screens, flow into the basket, just get him on the move more. And even in the Kansas game, same type of thing. And Kansas actually did a really good job taking away the short rolls. They had Badunga, or they had somebody loading up in the lane to dissuade that pass back to Boozer. Arkansas just let him have it last night. And to me, it was very reminiscent of what Koa Pete did to Florida, where it's like, we're going to play drop coverage and we're going to throw that pocket pass, and we're going to let you get head full steam downhill and win the angles matchup. But they got him on the move in the short rolls. They got him on the move, flowing to the corner with the 3 they hit in the corner in the first half. He had the dunk on the secondary transition where he just could catch and rip. Getting him playing in space is what unlocks Cam Boozer. I mean, he can play in close quarters because he has passing ability, but offensively, he really gets unlocked when he can move around. And that was very emblematic of I think what we've envisioned for Cam, but the facilitating and how he hurts you on those short rolls because you're scared to help in from the opposite corner. Duke's shooting 47% from 3 and from the corners this year. So think about what he's doing and how it impacts the defense, the decision you have to make to help or stay in the corner. That all obviously helps Cam Boozer, and Cam Boozer helps the Duke Blue Devils. That's for damn sure.
So are you telling me, Mike, that a John Calipari coach team struggled to guard ball screens and that cost them a win? That's never happened before since we've been doing this. Look, there was a narrative out there that was starting to formulate that because Cam Boozer only had 18, 11, and 5 assists against Kansas, and because he was just okay against Tennessee, and because he was like a mere mortal in the scrimmage that they played, that this dude was overrated and he couldn't deal with length and he shouldn't be in the Player of the Year conversation. And the idea of even considering him for the number 1 pick would be insanity. And he shut a lot of people up last night with that performance that he had. As good as he was, I think what won that game was Caleb Foster because of his ability to kind of operate as a point guard. He finished with 15 points. He had 8 assists. He had a couple of like horrible turnovers, right? Like there was a stretch there where he had like 3 in a row, and it was just like, dude, I think it was right at the start of the second half. Like, did you go eat some turkey and get some tryptophan in the system at halftime? Like what just happened there? But I thought overall, his ability to kind of control that game and create and make some open shots, fantastic. And it was good to see him get a chance to get that going a little bit. Like, this is a kid that came in as a McDonald's All-American and had to make a sacrifice as a freshman, sacrifice his potential starting role last season. And this year, he's even been dealing with, is Caden Boozer better? Should Caden Boozer be playing more minutes? So to see him be able to have this moment in a setting like that, in a situation like that, I think was really, really good for him and really, really good for, like, that is how Duke hits their ceiling. If you can get some kind of elite point guard play, so it's not just give the ball to Cam Boozer and let him create, it's you got other guys out there that can be a threat and can be capable of creating a shot for somebody else. That's how this Duke team gets from being like really, really good to, okay, we got to put them in the Michigan, Purdue, Arizona, UConn, and maybe Louisville kind of a tier.
Yeah, I mean, from a Duke perspective, it was good to see them get knocked down and then, get punched in the mouth a little bit and then respond. Felt like a huge confidence booster game for guys like Foster, despite the turnovers, and Gongba as well.